Yes, two of the best players we've ever seen in a game of snooker, of course. And obviously Jimmy needing the victory more than Neil. Jimmy seems to be limping a little bit. I don't know what he's done.
Well, a couple of months ago he had an operation on his foot, and maybe it's still giving him a little bit of jip. We saw there that we've seen this quite a bit. The break-off shot. It's different because it's just the 6 reds, and saw yesterday players catching the blue, and Robertson did it again there, but he wasn't punished for it.
Yeah, Mount Selby played a different break-off shot, just a plain ball break-off shot. Should be a good match between these two, though. Like I say, looking at the group, it's Jimmy that actually could do with the win more than Neil. He should still come through. Yes, it was difficult to play the normal shot back to vault there, just having to put the cue ball to the top cushion. I think Neil might just clip off one of these. Well, there's a little tempter to either the green pocket or the right centre, but I think he might be looking for a good safety. He'll give this man utmost respect. He knows he can still play.
Yes, and I'm sure Neil well remembers when he won the Masters qualifier about 10 years ago. Early in his career, got to Wembley Conference Centre, drew Jimmy White. Well, you can imagine what that was like. The London crowd obviously all for Jimmy. And Neil had never really seen anything like that before, and kind of frozen the headlights, but things have changed, of course. He now puts the fear of God into a lot of other players. World champion, Masters champion, world #1 in the last few years.
No, is Jimmy attempting the plant here or just the safety? Well, he went for the plant. That was really dangerous. That could be very costly indeed.
Well, he had to get it, didn't he? He knew he'd be very fortunate not to leave something on if he didn't.
What?
Good news is Robertson has turned up on time. Of course, in Germany, Paul the Classic last week, he didn't for his what turned out to be his only match. He got Dr. Frame, lost 4-0.
He's had a few close encounters before that, but that was the first time he actually had a frame docked. No, that was a great shot. He had to power that in to get the angle. That was a super shot. England versus Australia, eh?
Yes, a classic lineup, and of course in cricket this year there's only one winner, and it wasn't Australia.
We do keep reminding Neil of the fact, don't we, when we see him? I wonder why we don't get a reply.
Well, he beat his good friend yesterday, Joe Perry, practice partner in Cambridge 5-1, and then a closer match against Darren Morgan, came through 5-4. And as I say, there's only 2 players in the 6-man group who won't qualify for the knockout phase, so we're surely going to see him later in the week.
Well, that attempted plant from Jimmy might prove to be his last shot in this opening frame.
25.
There was a lot of distance between the 2 reds. I suppose he felt there wasn't a lot of alternative. But we know how dangerous this man is once he's amongst the pink and black spot. the red knows the pink will pot from the left-hand side anyway. Well, we'll just see how he plays this. Well, he'll just float the black in. I'll try and play the cannon, but if he's playing the cannon, he's got to hit it. Otherwise, he'll be snookered. He's gone for the cannon, I think. That's a great shot. He's been a little bit unlucky because I don't think he can get to the potting angle. There's just a little bit of a gap between the red and the pink there rather than touching. Now, can he kick this in with side? He's already done enough actually because Jimmy needs 2 snookers. Well, that definitely seals this opening frame. So that attempted plant then from Jimmy has cost him this opening frame. And it's obvious that Neil's in good form. He's cueing well.
Yeah, well, Jimmy White rolled the dice, didn't he? It was quite cagey up until then, but went for it. If it had gone in, these would have been his, but it didn't. And he went back to his seat, I'm sure, expecting this to happen. This clearance from Neil Robertson. Good to see so many of the top players supporting this event. They play a lot of snooker all through the year, but Thailand's always been a popular place to come, and it's something a little bit different. Don't have the pressure of the ranking tournaments with all the points, but it is still snooker. It's the same rules. The only change is literally there's fewer reds.
This could be an exhibition shot here, sending the cue ball around the table. We know he's got plenty of cue power. Well, it'll be a good black from there.
Well, it's a good break. 66 from Neil Robertson. Jimmy White, as I say, rolled the dice, took on that risky plan, and when he missed, he knew Neil Robertson had every chance to clear it, which is what he did. So it's advantage Australia here in Bangkok. Neil Robertson leads Jimmy White by 1 frame to 0.